Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan here. It is Tuesday the 16th of March. How in the world are you doing? I am here to talk to you about my top 5, that's right, my top 5 sleeper teams in the NBA thus far this season, as we are basically heading into just barely heading into the second half of this NBA season. If you do like the content of this particular video, go right ahead, guys. Don't even hesitate. You have full permission to go ahead and hit that like button. Also, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan for future content. I will make it worth your while in these next few minutes. So let's get right to the snippets board, guys. I want to talk to you about the top 5 teams that the mainstream media is not giving full respect. The fan bases, NBA fans, I don't think are given full respect. Who knows? The other teams might not even be given full respect. And for whatever reason, these 5 teams have just been kind of like flying under that radar. Let everyone else get the credit. Let everyone else make those big moves. And we'll just be quiet, win just enough games to stay in contention, and wait for our turn to excel. So these are those top 5 teams, guys. First team on my top 5, this is top 5 NBA sleepers. We're including both Eastern and Western Conference. I'm going to get things started with a very interesting team. That is the Portland Trailblazers, coming in at number 5. You've got to like this team, guys. I'll explain what very interesting team. Number 1, they really haven't played that bad this year. They're actually holding on to about a 5th seed out west at 22-15 as we head into Sunday's games. So these records are as of Sunday, basically just a couple days ago. Blazers holding on to the 5th seed. They've had their here's the thing, guys. They've had their share of injuries. You got plenty of talent on this team. You have good depth. You have a coach that's been there for like 8 or 9 years. You have one of the best. You have probably the best backcourt in the NBA. Now I know CJ McCollum has been out injured. He's missed some time. He's supposed to be coming back, and Yusuf Nurkic, the big guy, he's supposed to be coming back as well. So if you couple McCollum averaging close to 27 points a game, Damian Lillard averaging 29.7 points a game, both averaging over a steal a game, both averaging around 4 to 5 assists a game, that's a great backcourt, guys. I mean, you're looking at like 55, 56.5 points a game. You have Gary Trent who could score. They have Carmelo Anthony now, don't forget. Nurkic, as mentioned, averaging about 10 points, 8 rebounds. Enes Kanter has had a big year in the middle for the Blazers, averaging 12 and 12. Guys, he's averaging like 12 points, 12 rebounds a game. Anthony Simons, about a little over 8 points a game for the Blazers. There's a lot to like here. They have serious upset type capabilities. And above all else, as mentioned a few months ago, this backcourt is phenomenal. Plus, if we need even anything else, as you recall, 2 years ago, this team almost made it to the NBA Finals. So, this with generally the same nucleus. There's a lot to like out in Portland, guys. Number 4 on my sleeper list. For those of you that have watched some of my videos in the past, you know I cover this team a lot. But it's not favoritism. I had to think this one through. I wanted to make sure I'm not favoring my home team here. But I tell you what, guys, at number 4, I gotta put the Miami Heat as the number 4 sleeper team, 4th ranked sleeper team. Now, meaning if you're number 1, you are the ultimate sleeper team that teams better watch out for. I'm going to put the Heat at number 4. Heat coming in at 20-18 heading into Sunday night's game. I'll tell you what, guys. Here's the thing with the Heat. It's a little bit of a different breakdown I'm going to give you. Since Jimmy Butler came back, this team looks like the team that was playing really well last year made it to the NBA Finals. You wouldn't think the Heat last year made it to the NBA Finals. at all if you're just like a casual fan, because all everyone wants to talk about is the Nets, the Bucks. They're not even really talking about the Bucks, which is ridiculous, and the 76ers. So the Heat, Jimmy Butler now healthy. They've won 9 out of 10. They're doing it still with Bam with the knee tendonitis. He's missed the last going into. He missed Friday's game. He missed the 2 games before that. He's had the knee tendonitis day to day. Team wins their first 2 games after the All-Star break. Avery Bradley's been out. I mean, they've overcome injuries after injury, setback after setback, and they're still, if the season were to end today, or at least on Sunday, they'd be right at mid-seed. You're looking at a 4 or 5 seed in the East, guys. So the Miami Heat definitely flying under that radar, not getting the publicity, not getting the hype at all in 2021, and I think that's just the way they like it. Coming in at number 3, guys. This is a team that gets a 3 ranking, though, I must say, in part to the fact that they've underachieved this season, but this is a team to watch. You got to watch these guys, and I'm talking about the Indiana Pacers, and I'm going to explain why to you right now. Let's talk about why the Pacers are a sleeper team, ranked my 3rd highest or 3rd ranked sleeper team. A couple of reasons, guys. You have a tremendous 1-2 punch in Malcolm Brogdon, one of the better guards in the league, and one of the better big men in the league, Domantas Sabonis, who is like causing all sorts of havoc inside the last few seasons. Sabonis is at 21 points. He's over 11 rebounds and over 6 assists a game. That's pretty good number. Over 6 assists for a big guy like that. That's good. That's solid. Malcolm Brogdon, 21.5, right around 5 rebounds, 6 assists a game. Brogdon also averages about 1.2 steals a game as well. All stats are going into Sunday's game, the 14th, by the way, guys, when I throw these stats at you. Then you have Doug McDermott, you have Miles Turner. The Pacers have a good supporting cast. The 2, you have Justin and Aaron Holiday coming off their bench. And they're getting good productivity. Like McDermott's over 13 a game and 4 rebounds. Miles Turner over 13 points a game, 6.5 rebounds. And he's at the league leader in block shots, 3.3. Justin Holiday, 11.5 points, 4 rebounds. TJ McConnell, don't forget him, 6.5 points, 6.5 assists. And he leads the league, as of this video, at around 2 steals per game. Aaron Holiday also scoring about 7.5 points a game. Pacers got depth. So do the Heat. Pacers and Heat are both very deep teams. And if you notice a common theme, mainly with my 3rd, 4th, and 1st pick, when you see that, depth is key. 3 of the teams on this top 5 have serious quality depth. The Pacers are definitely in that mix. They're just underachieving, guys. I mean, 17, this is not a 17 and 20 team. I'm sorry. They're like barely 8th seed going into Sunday. There's no way that's going to last. I got them going into the playoffs. It's a matter of who's not going to get in, because the Pacers are going to get in, again, my opinion, of course. Moving on to number 2. This team, I have to put them definitely as a sleeper. They're not quite. They were hyped up the last 2 years. Now, both my top 2 sleepers have all of a sudden lost the edge as far as the notoriety, the publicity, and all that stuff, the news, the hype, if you will. The Milwaukee Bucks, guys, they're only 2 games out of the top seed in the Eastern Conference. You would think this is like a 500 team if you listen to certain sports programs, if you watch certain programs on sports. You would think the Bucks are like a 500 team. Need I remind you, you got a guy by the name of Giannis, who arguably is the best player in the NBA besides the fact they have added some pieces, guys, to this team. I mean, of course, you got Drew Holiday. So now you have Holiday. I mean, Drew Holiday as a point guard, that's pretty strong. Chris Middleton. Guys, Chris Middleton, news alert, over 20 points a game, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and over a steal a game. Clear all-star numbers. Any season that'll get you in the all-star game. Chris Middleton, we barely even hear of Chris Middleton in the season he's having. Drew Holiday, over 15 points, 5 rebounds. About 15 points, over 15 points, 4.5 rebounds. He'll get you about 5 assists and close to 2 steals a game. Drew Holiday, really good guard. Bobby Portis comes in. Then it's the bigger guys, and like Bobby Portis at 11.7 rebounds. Brooke Lopez, 11 points, 5 rebounds. Dante DiVincenzo is coming in around 10.3 points, 5 rebounds. 3 assists a game. So they have answers. They have scoring off the bench. They have depth. The Bucks, and they have Giannis. Guys, the Bucks they're right there. They're just a couple of games out of the top seed. You wouldn't think it. They are now considered a sleeper. This is a sleeper now, the Bucks. Last year, no. Last year they were the favorite. This year now they're a sleeper. A big sleeper. And my number one sleeper, guys, and the Bucks are 24-14 as of this video, going into Sunday's game. My number one sleeper. Now, I'm going to get some disagreements. As always, leave me some comments. If you agree, if you disagree, whatever, that's cool. My number one sleeper, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to probably get a few disagreements. But I have every reason to think this team is not only a sleeper, this is a team that's... If you really want to think about it, they're about as made for the playoffs as anyone. They're built for the This team is built for the playoffs. I'm telling you right now. And that is, guys, I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to explain why. The LA Clippers, not the Lakers. The LA Clippers. Lakers are not a sleeper. They're like one of the favorites, right? They're one of the more hyped up teams. Deservedly so. The LA Clippers, guys, you have one of the best 1-2 here's my reasoning on that. You have one of the best 1-2 punches in the league. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, combining for over 50 points a game between the two of them, and almost about 3 steals a game, by the way. Kawhi averages 6.5 rebounds, George a little over 6. Kawhi 5 assists, George 5.5 assists. I mean, they're both putting up tremendous numbers. Here's the other thing, though, guys. Here's the big thing. You have about 8 other quality players, and I'm probably leaving out a couple as well. Let me throw some names at you. This is a deep, deep team. They have as much depth as anyone. Lou Williams, 12.5 points, 4 assists. Average. Marcus Morris coming in around 12, a little over 12 points a game, 4 rebounds. Serge Ibaka, there's a familiar name, over 11 a game, 7 rebounds. Nicholas Batum, one of the more versatile, well-rounded players in the league, 9 points, 5 rebounds. He can do it all. Over about 1.2 steals a game. Batum is this versatile. He can play defense, multiple positions. You have Reggie Jackson, not the baseball player, the basketball player, as a quality guard coming off your bench. Patrick Beverly coming off the bench. Guys, and Jackson was starting for a while too, so they kind of mix and match the guards, starting, coming off the bench, depending on who's healthy. But you got Reggie Jackson, Patrick Beverly. Ivica Zubac is averaging 8.7 rebounds. I mean, he's in the rotation, he's producing. And Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard is averaging around 7.5, just under 8 points per game. They have a lot of answers. You have the 2 stars. I'm sorry, guys. That bench, that might be the best bench in the Western Conference. Are you kidding me? That's a good team. Clippers have a strong team, and they're right there. The Clippers are 25-14 as I make this video. They were only a half game behind the Lakers. They were sitting in 4th in the Western Conference. That is a sleeper, guys. That's my top sleeper right there, the LA Clippers. these are my top 5 total. Others, now some honorable mentions I'll just throw at you before I close out this video. The Nuggets, 22-16. Remember, they're always a good playoff team. They've advanced. They've had upsets in the last few years. You have the Joker. You have Murray's a really good guard. Jokic, of course. The Warriors, don't forget they're getting healthier. They're putting it together, hovering around 500. The Spurs have been a little bit of a surprise, 19-15. They'd be in the playoffs if the season ended today. And another team, guys, and there's a few others too that I'm not going to mention in this video. Toronto Raptors, another team with pretty good depth, good rebounding. They've been underachieving, 4 games under 500 coming into this video. So keep an eye on the Raptors. Remember, they had a really strong regular season in the last couple of years. NBA champions 2 years ago. Of course, they had Kawhi back then, which makes a little bit of a difference. So let me know what you think, guys. Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Who's your top 5 sleeper teams? And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.